Yeah. So going around the table, would you want a man to take a bullet for you?
I mean, yeah, but I would also try to take it for him too.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Aww.
That's sweet.
Yeah, same thing. I would take one for him, and I hope he would. Take
No,
one
but
for me.
we're talking about like the scenario where one of you has.
Oh yeah,
to
yeah, yeah, yeah.
die.
If one of y'all, if
like,
one,
Yeah, I
obviously-
think this is different.
Yeah,
or,
did.
or did we? Did we do it?
Grim Reaper.
We did the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, we
So
did
Brian, we did the Grim
Brian,
Reaper.
how
So
do you
you
phrase this question again?
same as the. I mean, it's the same question as the Grim Reaper
So
essentially.
why would we answer it
Yeah.
twice?
We usually like. I'm trying to think of a better way to frame. Would you date a guy who was unwilling to take a bullet for you? I think that's another way. of putting it. That's a good way to look.
Yeah, we can frame it that way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would want to know why. I'd be like, well, why do you feel that way? You know, and trying to get to the bottom of it. If I could try to understand his reasoning.
Maybe he's just like, oh, I just like want to protect myself. I put me first.
That's.
Yeah,
I don't know.
put
I
me
would
first.
question if he really loves me. I'd be like, I don't think you love me, so no thanks.
No.
If I was willing to take a bullet for him, I would hope that I wouldn't date someone that wouldn't be
Willing to take a bullet for you?
Yeah. If I'm willing to take one for them, they should.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. If I'm willing to take a bullet for someone, they should also be willing to take a bullet for me. Yeah.
You're willing to take a bullet for your
If-
boyfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If they're not, then like, no.
What
yeah,
about
if
you?
the energy isn't matched, then no.
So you would be willing to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Same.
So I don't think that was necessarily the question. I think your question was, would you date someone who wasn't willing? And I personally have had enough previous partners come forward without me even asking if they would. And now I think that's just a standard that I have set for myself. Like, if they wouldn't, then why would I waste my time with them when plenty of other men would? But yeah, if I really love them, I would too.
Okay.
I think for me, I would want them to take the bullet for me, but I feel like if they have other things they need to take care of, like if they have a family that they're working for, like if they've got a sick mom, sick dad, that they're like a full-time carer, and they literally cannot pass on, I'm like, I guess if there's a means behind it. If it's just for the sake of, oh, I want to take a bullet for you, no, I would say no.
Yeah, I think it's kind of how it comes up too. If it's, I have this strong stance, then it's like, okay, we weren't talking about that a minute ago. It's a little odd that it's like in the forefront of your mind kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're having that open discussion, you're trying to communicate what your boundaries are and what you expect from each other in the relationship. In my relationship, I would take a bullet for him, he would take a bullet for me. If we're not in sync in that way, then something's wrong.
I feel like it's weird it's hard when it's phrased like, would you date someone if they wouldn't take a bullet? Because like, if you're just starting to date and they're like, well, I probably wouldn't take a bullet for you, I would not sure I would be in a position to take a bullet for them either, but I have been in situations like when I love someone, I'm gonna take a bullet for them so quickly. And if they wouldn't take a bullet for me, like, I just, again, think they're operating out of, like, selfish motives, which I'm not looking for.
I think that also gets it, or did you have anything to say?
No, you can go ahead. I'll go after you.
That gets into like another follow-up question that we ask is like, would you expect a man on a first date to like be willing to like throw his life on the line for you?
That's wild.
So scenario,
Like, say, like,
y'all on
you're
the
at a
first
first
date,
date and
on the
there's,
first
like-
date, and somebody, y'all are leaving the restaurant or wherever y'all at the first date, and somebody runs up, tries to rob you with a gun at gunpoint. How would you react if?
He was like, take her.
Basically, yes. How would you react? How would you react if he basically ducked behind you, starting over here?
I would be like, okay, well, he's not very manly. He can't protect me. He's like, you know, I don't know. I would view it as he just doesn't have the ability to protect me.
Would you be willing to talk it out if y'all make it out the
Oh
situation?
my God, if I make it out alive?
Yeah,
it
would you-
doesn't
would
seem
you-
like I'm making it out alive.
Would you be willing to talk to him again, or would he be cut off? Would
I
that
mean,
be
I
done?
talked to him again to try to dig deeper and be like, why did you do that? What's wrong with you?
Okay. What about you?
Go ahead.
First date's kind of hard. I feel like that's just like hey, you just met this person 10 minutes ago. Are you willing to die for them, kind of thing. But in the situation, like I wouldn't want to risk my life for someone I met 10 minutes ago.
He just ducks behind you.
Yeah,
Somebody
I mean,
runs up and like, give me all your money, and he just like, oh shit. He just duck behind you.
I prefer a man that can protect his family, so we wouldn't do a second date. But
Okay.
yeah.
My first thought is I'd be scared and I'd be pissed off and I'd be like, well, clearly he's not the one, and I would not reach back out to him afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
They giving up the purse.
I mean, I give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, yeah, it's only the first date.
That's sweet.
But,
So he
I mean,
get a
maybe after
second
like
date.
10 dates.
Wait, one quick question. Did we read this one?
Yeah, we did.
Bound constant? Just wanted to double check. Okay.
Honestly, I would not expect a man to take a bullet for me on the first date. But I think I would be so traumatized and probably even hurt that I maybe wouldn't go on a second date. I mean, it sucks for both of us, honestly, in that moment. But if I'm being realistic, I think the moment you're out with a woman, you should automatically be thinking, like, I'm in this situation, I'm the protector.
Should automatically be thinking you to protect.
First of all, I would run home and I would FaceTime all of my best friends on a group chat and I would tell them the bullshit of this man. And then if he had the balls to hit me up and be like, let's go on a second date, I'd be like, are you gonna buy me back that purse? Because that's the only date I'm really interested in if you can't save it for me.
I got an alternative for you. What if he did what if he did tell you, babe, run to the truck, but it's a high-rise truck?
I would run the opposite way and let him take care of it. And be like, you can pick me up in your other car next time.
Damn. That's crazy.
I think for me, I'd be more concerned on their mental well-being, like what's wrong. Like I feel like they must be traumatized from something that I would do another date, not for the sake of dating, but just like seeing if their well-being is okay, because that's like a traumatic experience to have someone like held at gunpoint. So just like making sure that they're okay, and then whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, that's a lot to expect from a guy on a first date. I'm just expecting him to show up, really.
So you would give him a second date? If you gave the robber your purse and took it and then it's gone?
I'd like an explanation of what was the train of thought, what was the process, just so I can understand and come to like my own conclusion of if I want to continue to date them.
Okay.
I like to think that if I saw like a child in danger, I would put my life in front of theirs, even if I didn't know them. And I honestly believe that I would in that position. And so that's who I am, and like that's where my heart is. And so I would, and that sort of follows that hierarchy where man, woman, child in terms of protecting. So I would hope that my man would be the same as me in that, and if he wasn't, I don't think I would. I don't think I would go on a second.